We're at beautiful Tualatin Commons. Thanks so much for being with us on Comcast Newsmakers. I'm Ken Ackerman. So what does a flood in Missoula a few years back have to do with Tualatin? Well, please welcome Linda Moholt. She is the president of the Chamber of Commerce here. Thank you very much for being here. Now, I say there was a flood there a few years back. How long was it?
Well, I think there was a series of floods, maybe over 100, mere 12,000 to 15,000 years ago.
So 15,000 years ago in Missoula, why are you hoping that will bring people to Tualatin?
These floods carried with them millions of pounds of water that raged down from Missoula to Idaho, through the state of Washington, carved out the Columbia River Gorge, took everything in its path and deposited it in the Willamette Valley, of which Tualatin participated in that whole process. We see it right now under 300 feet of water.
This would have been under 300 feet of water.
Yes.
And this is the remnants right here.
Yeah.
No, this has nothing to do with
this is
floods.
actually man-made.
But people have already come to Tualatin to see mastodon bones that were found here.
In the 1960s, right in the Fred Meyer parking lot, they discovered bones, and when they had them carbon dated, they were over 12,400 years ago, and it was a mastodon that actually lived. It was alive and living, eating the flora of this area.
Well, that's amazing. So what is the Chamber hoping to cash in on?
Our big hope is that there's a great story to tell. First of all, there's bones to see. There's these incredible gigantic rocks, 22,000-pound rocks that flowed down on an iceberg in this surge of water that came from Missoula as the earth started heating up. And those rocks were deposited here, and we know that they're from Missoula because it's the same kind of granite and quartz crystals that are in those rocks there that are not natural to this area. Therefore, they're called erratic rocks. So you can see rocks, you can see sculptures into the landscape, beautiful rolling hills, wonderful ponds called Kolk ponds, all remnants of this raging torrent of water from Missoula.
So take me 5 years, 10 years from now, what do you hope? Will there be a certain attraction, an area that will be designated as a park or something to attract tourists?
A few years ago, the Heritage Center wrote a grant to Washington County to display the bones. And they said, you know, that's a great idea, but we would like to take it a step further. We want you to figure out how to tie those bones into an idea that could attract tourism. And so they hired this international branding expert, and he pulled together this concept that we could tell a story because of our geography, the rocks, the bones, the flora, the fauna, that we could actually make something that people would want to stop at. So I went ahead and wrote for the Chamber of Commerce a grant to Washington County Visitors Association, said, wow, there's so many cool things in this marketing plan that we would like to take you up on. A new website, a new brochure, an outdoor kiosk, marketing tidbits outside of the area, and they funded that. And now the city of Tualatin went to the next grant, and they just got funded to put together an Ice Age walk right here in Tualatin that will take you to each of the important parts of this whole story that people would want to see.
When will the master plan come to fruition?
They have until next June to finish the master plan. And then, of course, after that, it's to fund it and pay for it and to actually develop it.
This area is growing so fast. What is in the future? Let's talk, put bones to the side right now. Tell me what the future of Tualatin is going to look like.
Well, I won't discount the bones completely because that's a huge element to tourism. That's people coming here to shop, to eat in our restaurants, to go and stay in our hotels. It's bringing money and infusing it into this entire economy. And then the other pieces that we are actively involved in is we put on the festivals in town.
Right, so one day a year you're going to feed what? How many hundreds of pounds?
Well, we get over 10,000 visitors, but of course they don't all love crawfish, so we have lots of other food for them. But crawfish is the king.
All right. Crawfish is the king here in Tualatin. Thank you so much for being with us. Thank you for being here as well. Make it a great day.